Themes that relate to one another in Taming of the Shrew and Story of an Hour. Gender inequality and marriage have big parts in both Taming of the Shrew and Story of an Hour. In Taming of the Shrew, Petruchio is trying to tame Catherine. He is essentially trying to make her a calm, collected, not blunt, and not rude woman. He thinks only he can cure her from being a shrew. However, Catherine marries Petruchio even though he has brainwashed her and manipulated her multiple times. In the story of an hour, Mrs. Millard cannot escape her husband, who we can assume treats her poorly. Mrs. Millard was feeling relieved when she got the news of her husband dying. But when he comes back at the end of the story, she dies of a heart attack because she couldn't take all the negative emotions and feelings that were coming back to her when she saw his face through that door. Both men in Taming of the Shrew and Story of an Hour do not know how to treat women with respect, and both of the men in the stories convince themselves they have higher power over the women. The men are betting on their wives to see who's more obedient, and whoever listens to their spouse wins a great amount of money. Again, this proves that men think they have power over their wives and have influence over them. Petruchio is not even acknowledging Catherine as a human in this quote. He has called her his falcon. He is calling himself the keeper of Catherine like he owns her. He has referred to her as an animal before as well. He has called her a wild Kate, which is a pun for wild cat, that he wants to tame so she can be as gentle as other household Kates. He's forcing Catherine to become his submissive to him so he can establish his male dominance over him. Now, these are the quotes I got from Story of an Hour. So now that her husband is gone, she can be her own person, unlike Catherine, who's now married to Petruchio, and he now owns her. Her husband is represented as more powerful, and now that he's gone, there will be no man higher than her or more powerful than her. Mrs. Millard no longer feels subservient to a man. When her husband walked through that door at the end of the story, she was filled with emotions, like she was stunned, worried, nervous, and heartbroken, which caused her heart to fail and she tragically died. I think the only way Mrs. Miller thought she could feel truly free is if she died, which she did. So I guess she feels free now. This is important to me as a woman. This is important to me because as a woman, I need to know that I cannot let a man treat me with less respect because of my gender. If he does not give me the respect that I deserve, then I have the right to divorce him at any time. I know my worth, and I will not let a man take that away from me. Human dignity is the right of a person to be valued, respected, and to be treated ethically. It is also a sense of self-worth. Catholic teaching shows that everyone should be treated well and equally, which is not the case in Taming the Shrew or the Story of an Hour, because the men think they are better than the women. From that, human dignity and equality was not displayed in the Story of an Hour or Taming of the Shrew. All around the world, women are still treated poorly in society, in marriage, workplaces, and at home. Women have to constantly deal with being mistreated, degraded, and disregarded. So I'm going to show you a video quickly. I'm going to show a minute of it, and you guys can watch the rest on your own if you would like.
Gender is as constant as the air. It's not a matter of being unseen, but most choose to look the other way. Unfortunately, gender discrimination, especially women discrimination, remains to be the longest battle that society struggles to defeat. Take a closer look at this issue with these gender inequality facts. 18 countries legally allow husbands to prevent their wives from working. 39 countries lack equal inheritance rights among daughters and sons. 49 countries lack laws for the protection of women from domestic violence. 750 million girls and women across the globe got married before reaching age 18. In 30 countries, over 200 million girls and women have endured female genital mutilation, FGM. Women receive mostly unpaid work like housekeeping and caring for children and the elderly.
And that's the end of my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed.